Hey everybody, it is now November 2nd, 2024, and yeah, I'm still in Pahrump, and in 12 days, I'll be in quartzsite. You're probably going to hear me say that every day because I get more and more excited as I get closer and closer to that day. And I'm going to read your comments, starting with Ken Gray, which he's commented on the positive news story, planting trees in cities. They talked about the virtues of planting trees, groves of trees in cities, creating shade and additional oxygen and moisture and all sorts of things, the good things that trees do. And one of the things it does is it lowers the temperature. So Ken says, 3 years ago, they removed a small grove of trees in an intersection near me, and the temps went up by 15 degrees. M. Campbell on essential tips for boondocking with pets. So we'll just call that the boondocking with pets or pets video. Good info. Oh, thank you. I've been wondering about the blink cameras and you answered my questions. Well, more than happy to. Ken is back on that same video. For people in vans and cars, you can always get a 12-volt air conditioner and run it on a solar generator if you're going to be gone for a short time. Yeah, you could. That's not a bad idea. M. Campbell on the planting trees, the positive mental. It says the positive mental health effects. It's just a typo. She meant to say the positive mental health effects are a definite thing and underreported. Poodle Professor on the pet video. I don't leave my pets in the car unless it's cool outside. If it's hot and we're on a trip, I do a Walmart order and pick up my groceries. Other than that, they're with me. And Rose answers and said, hey, that's a good idea, Walmart. Judy. Hey, Judy. I use a Waggle. It doesn't require Wi-Fi, but it does require internet. That's a little confusing. And what she means is when you buy the Waggle, it's got an internet connection built in. So you pay, I don't know, $99 or something for the device, and then there's an annual fee for that connection. I set the upper temp at 78, which allows me to return to my rig before it becomes too warm. I have the lower temp at 45, which alerts me if I need to turn on the heater. My only complaint is that the monitor has to be charged about every 4 days. I've had a Waggle monitor since 2021 when Gertie and I went on the road. I canceled when she passed, but got another when I got Buddy. They also supply window stickers and a rear mirror hanger that states the temperature is being monitored. It gives me a lot of peace of mind. I pay yearly, and it's about $175 a year for the plan. And so I was, that's good information. I went to the website and it's gone up $75 a year. It's not, you can't get the $175 a year anymore that Judy has, but you can for $200 a year. And if those of you on, a really tight budget where you just can't afford to have internet connected Wi-Fi, like in my video, that's not bad. $200 a year is not bad. It's a lot less than any internet service that you can get full time. So that's a good option. Let's see. I'm going the wrong way. Rose says, what a sweet cat on a George short. And then on the planting video, Rose says, I agree 100%. And wow, UCLA study on kindness that was number 245 the day before positive news. And she says, true. Blue Raven Wanderer on Quartzsite Desert Twilight. That was a short from a long time ago, from last year. The most beautiful sunset and sunrises I've ever seen. I miss it. And Rose says, essential tips for boondocking with pets in extreme weather. Rose says, I'm learning, going to the school of the be learned. I'm not sure what all that means. Like learning about nomad life or about pets, I guess. Okay. Angel Ann on the comment video. Good afternoon, sweetheart, and love bugs, George and Ms. Dottie. Enjoying your videos every day. Always giving a thumbs up, but try not commenting. Why? Because I'm one that loves to yak, yak, yak and make it on your nerves. I enjoy joking. So please know I always have a positive outlook with you, my YouTube friends. That always brings me awesome adventures with amazing people as your friend. Please know my ed is limited. Had a mild stroke, I think, due to my train of thought. So please overlook my spelling and the way I say things. Please, my friend Angel and I are sending Miss Dottie and Mr. George and you lots of big hugs. Love from North Carolina. And there are lots of hearts. Well, thank you, Angel. Angel Ann. Ken's back on the comment video. Laugh out loud. I'm not always first because I don't lie in wait for Halloween this year. I only had 28 people come to my door. So that's me lamenting on my comment video is here's a morning where Ken was not the first comment. And he says, my inverter, you connect directly to the battery. Then you have 12 and 120 volt sockets to plug in while driving. If cautious, it's less than $100 to have a pro install it. So he's just talking about when you're driving, ways to charge if you have one of those solar chargers, those batteries that have an inverter built into it, you can plug, they all come, just about every one of them comes with one of the cigarette lighter attachments, and you plug it in and charge it. And one of the things he said was, that's fine, but that plug has a low limit to the amount of juice it's going to put in, and so it's going to take a really long time to charge. An alternative, or in his case, in addition to that, is you can buy like a small inverter, like a 300 watt inverter, often at an auto parts store, and if that's hooked directly to your battery, you can also plug in the AC adapter that charges it, so you've got a lot of electricity coming in. But and he's saying if you don't know how to do that, like why, you'd have to wire it directly to your battery and then run the line through the firewall into the interior of your car to power that. So that takes some expertise to do, and you don't want to mess around with that electricity if you don't know what you're doing. So he says for about $100 you can have somebody do it for you, an expert. Okay. Angel Land's back on the comment video. Want to let you know I found your channel. Rusty referred Jana, referred Deborah, C-dubs you. I've been a sub to Jana, I believe, little over a year. Rusty, about 2 years, going on 3. I sure enjoy you and them. I'm sure do admire you guys and gals and appreciate y'all sharing the journey. So the connection there is, first, Deborah Dickinson, she is Deborah, has been a friend of mine for 30 years. And she introduced me to Jana, Jana travels with Deborah. So, and then Dan Van and C-dubs are friends that they introduced me to. So all those people other than Rusty are personal friends of mine. The only reason Rusty's not a personal friend of mine is he doesn't know me, and I don't know him personally, but I certainly follow his channel. And the only reason I'm doing this comment video every day is because of Rusty. A subscriber of mine said, hey, why don't you do like Rusty does? It'd be fun for you to do a comment video every day. And so I went straight to Rusty's channel and I go, that's a great idea. So the connection to all those other people in Rusty is Jana and Rusty are pretty close friends. They think they camped together in New Mexico years ago. There was there's a big connection there. So hopefully someday I'll get to meet Rusty in person. Maybe he'll come to Quartzsite this winter. Who knows? Janice Kazun. Don't say goodbye. Say see you down the road. That was on the do you have what it takes to love Quartzsite? So I'm not sure what exactly in the video she's referring to, because that video was done so long ago, but we do have a tradition of not saying goodbye to each other on the road. We say see you down the road. So she's absolutely right. Gracie, On the comments video, hi Rob, can you recommend a vet in Pahrump? I'm traveling with my senior dog and cat, and I'm looking for a vet in Pahrump. And I said, Jam Veterinary Service, JAM. They're on Calvada off 160. That's my vet. I recommend them. Wendy Sosa on the comments video, fond memories of Broadway department stores along with Bullock's where my aunt worked. It was sad to see those stores closed. So I mentioned that when I lived in LA many, many years ago, when I was in my 20s, I worked for the corporate headquarters of the Broadway department stores. And it was a huge department store chain that kind of looks like a Macy's, if you're familiar with that. Just your standard general large department store. And it was the biggest chain of department stores in California, but it was just California. There was a division, Broadway Southwest, I think, was in Arizona, but the bulk, of course, was in California. And she said, that's funny about your coworker. And let me tell you what I said about a coworker. I had a coworker at the Broadway. Her name was Terry. And she and her family, every weekend, they had a fifth wheel. They would drive their fifth wheel to Laughlin. And every Monday, she'd come back talking about how great it was to be camping in their fifth wheel in Laughlin and being able to gamble and play in the water. And just like, she was just crazy about. And I was like, why would anybody like pulling around a trailer and living in that? I'd rather be in a hotel room. Why do they do that? Little did I know. She said, that's funny about your coworker. I worked in a large accounting firm in downtown LA. I had a coworker named Shirley. She would leave every Friday after work and drive to Blythe, where she had a fifth wheel. At 20 years old, I couldn't imagine doing that either. Now, at 58, that's my goal in life. And incidentally, if you don't know, Blythe is right next to Quartzsite. Yeah, Blythe is in California, but it's right on the California-Arizona border, and you can drive from Blythe to Quartzsite in about 30 minutes. That's how close it is. And that's just, we had a very similar experience, Wendy. My happy place is a short I did on my campsite in Eagle Nest, New Mexico, which she says beautiful place to wake up in. On the comments video, Robin Goff. Hi, Rob, Dottie, and George. The comment from the woman about you not being in queue, but talking about it if she followed you, like us who watch faithfully, we knew you weren't there. People are just never happy about anything and feel the need to bring other people down. Don't give her another thought. She's not worth your energy. Hugs to all of you and treats for Dottie and George, please. And this other comment just prompted me to go back and rewatch that video to see how confusing it is. And I discovered, I said I'm in Pahrump right in the first sentence, in the first 20 seconds. And I put there said, I say I'm in Pahrump in the opening. And Robin says, that makes her comment even more offensive in my opinion. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Your regulars, Pete, your regulars love your videos no matter where you make them from or what the content is. That's why I subscribe. And I say, there's so many other options. I get mystified when people choose to take their time to criticize. Just watch someone else's video. That's what I do. I don't like, if I watch a video that annoys me, like there's something about it I just don't like, I don't watch it. I watch somebody else. I don't get on there and tell the creator of the video what I thought was wrong with it, because I realize that's just my opinion. I'll have a negative reaction to a video that's got, 50,000 views and 500,000 subscribers. So how valid is my negative opinion about what I saw across the population? The answer is it's got no value. It has no value other than personally to me in exercising my personal preferences. And it's back to, for the most part, with rare exceptions, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything and just move on. Just move on. Let's see. Renee on the comments video. Agree with Pete. Your videos are soothing and informative. Renewing our passports since we are back at home base, Mexico. Here we come. All right. Let's see, Pete, again, I seem to learn something new from just about every one of your videos without having to ask anything. Got the truck ready for the trailer. All right, Pete, you're ready to go, man. Ready to go. So I did a bonus video last night. I got a hankering for, I was watching this penguin. What is it? Penguin. I'll get to it with the channel list, but it's a guy I really like that rides an e-bike around Washington D.C. every day and does a video, and he's even got a press pass for the White House. So for his channel, that's pretty impressive. So he'll get called in when the president's about to get on or off Marine One, the helicopter, and he gets to go out there and take pictures, which is really cool. And I think he does other press events at the White House. That's the only one I've ever seen him do, though. But and I mentioned him only because I was watching one of his videos, and he said, I'm gonna go. I really want to get an Italian sub. So he goes to this really cool looking little Italian, old time Italian market and orders a sub, and he's eating this thing in the car. And I was like, God, that looks so good. I gotta go get a sub. So that's what I was doing. I went to get a sub, and I popped my iPhone up on the mount and did a recording of it. Say, this is just a bonus video. I'm going to get a sub. And my comment I put on there after it was all said and done and uploaded was, the sub looked good, but tasted not so good. I was really disappointed in the taste. And M. Campbell says, it's such a letdown when that happens. Can you add some stuff to jazz it up? And Lisa says, what are you saying? It really, the inside, it was oddly enough, it was and usually I remember the bread being really tasty at Subway, but it was the bread. The bread wasn't good. It just didn't taste good. And the bread can make or break a sandwich for sure. I'm not an expert, but I've been eating sandwiches for 65 years. I know a lot. Mike, looks like you're a preferred RV resort. There's a Jimmy John's right across the street inside the Pahrump Nugget. There's also a Porta Subs near Albertsons. Low laughed out loud. Just finished your video. Glad you saw the JJ sign. Safe travels. I gotta kind of laugh when, like, I miss something at the beginning of the video, then I correct it later in the video, but people get hooked on the incorrect thing and they quick do the comment, and then there was, oh, like he did, and he was nice enough to edit his video, he edited his video and said, oh, you saw the Jimmy John's. I did. I saw it on the way back, and I go, oh, I was wrong. There's more than one sub place. I didn't mention the Porta Subs, but now that he mentions it, I've seen it before because I've been to Albertsons. Ken says, you always give me random stuff. I had to look up IV Market. It's a small local-owned grocery. I wonder what that place was. Wendy, okay. Lots of comments on the extra random video. People, how many views did I get on the extra random video? I didn't expect to get hardly any. Well, let's see how many there actually were. Look at that. I have to publish my. I'm right now on the phone. I'm publishing Silent Halloween, which is my positive news story. And I'm turning on my e-bike adventure in the desert long form video. I think you'll like this one. I'm hitting publish on that one. So those two things are published. Then we're going to look at extra random video today. 200 views. And it's only been 12 hours. That's funny. Maybe I should do more random videos because they're not hard work at all. If I happen to think, if I'm going somewhere or doing something, I just pop that camera up there, hit record, and just start babbling about what's going on. That's all. Why did I get off? I was trying to read Wendy's comment here, and I got off on a huge tangent. So I'll start over. Wendy Sosa, 66. I grew up eating true Italian subs from an Italian market down the street from our house in Los Angeles. Galco's Italian Market. They're still open to make sandwiches, but the son turned the business around and sells soda and candy from other states and countries. He calls it the Soda Pop Stop. Huell Hauser from PBS did a story on the store years ago before he passed away. Nothing like their suds, but I did eat Subway sandwiches when I worked in Valencia, only because that was the only thing around. And yes, there were $5 footlongs. I was talking about how I remember that ad from years ago. And now it was like with a 20% tip, my sub cost me like $13.50. Ken says, I heard the Subway had to stop the $5 footlong because they were less than 12 inches. It's called a footlong, but it's not a footlong. Well, they don't do the $5, but they still do. I still think they use the term footlong. Yeah, I think they do. And that sub, that had to have been 12 inches at least. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure Ken will dig deeper into it, and we'll hear. That's a great thing about Ken. All I have to do is kind of pose the question. He'll do the research. I don't need to. He'll do it, and he'll come with the facts. Judy. So Judy, just my friends Judy, Cheryl, Lisa, and in a couple of days Barb that's 4 people are all camping together where I'm going to be camping down in Quartzsite. So that's this Judy comment. She said, Cheryl and I were standing outside talking and saw a very large coyote walk through the area between the last exit and Highway 95. The last exit I have a little sign. That's the name of the camp I set up. I call it the last exit. And so she's talking about where they're camped. And off in the distance, not far away, is you can see Highway 95. And they said, there's a big coyote. This was about 4 p.m. People need to be keeping their pets inside or on a short leash. There are still so few people out here. They're very active. Good tip, Judy. Robin. Thanks, Rob. Always a pleasure to hear from you, even if quick. Hi, Dottie. Hi, George. And she's talking about the extra video. There's a lot of comments on the extra video. Never ignore that little voice. I've said, why the heck didn't I listen to the little voice far more times than I was silly to just ignore that little voice. Well, on this trip, the little voice, the Subway was easily a convenient shot on the e-bike. All I had to do was at the light cross the busy Highway 160. And a little voice said, don't do it. Don't take the e-bike. Drive the car. And no logical reason for it, but it wasn't a thought process. It was intuition. So I followed my intuition. I drove. And because nothing happened, does that prove it? Of course not. But like M. Campbell says, I've often regretted not listening to that voice. So I listen to that voice, especially when it's not a big deal to listen to it. Stacy Jones, that was a fun video, and that was the extra video. On Randy watched My Life's Biggest Secrets Exposed, answer to your questions. She says, thank you, Rob. I sincerely appreciate it to learn about you and your life. I think all the different careers with moving and travel you already did, you had the bug. That's probably true. I moved around a lot. I've lived all over the country. On my careers, but more than one career, but I've binged around about every 3 years on average. Lisa says, I'm on the road to back east. Hugs to George and Dottie. See you in Q, hopefully before Turkey Day. So Lisa's one of the people camping there, but she had to go back east for a little while, and she'll be back Thanksgiving. Randy, George is so chill and quite handsome. That's a short on George. Essential tips for boondocking with pets. Randy says, thank you. Great and helpful information. 60 Clow. And you know what? I'm just discovering, tell me that's not, okay, this is funny. I was about to say, I just figured out yesterday 60 Clow is my other friend Cheryl, who's here in Preferred RV Resort, a couple of spots down. And of course, she says, "Look forward to our trip to Tapoca Death Valley in the morning." Well, duh, that's her. And yeah, we're it's 5:40 a.m. and I have a meeting at a Zoom meeting at 6, and then at 9 we're gonna go to Copa, to that little fire department is having a fundraiser, but there are also some well-known YouTubers are gathering there, and the two that I watch are Wonder Hussy and Wandering Gypsy, are two that I watch, especially I've Wonder Hussy for years. She's an amazing person, and she lives out near there in her desert compound on the edge of Death Valley. And she does these desert adventure videos that are amazing, and she's been doing them for years. She has quite the colorful background, as you can imagine, with the tongue-in-cheek kind of Wonder Hussy label channel. But if you're expecting something that's like overtly sexual or something, that's not what you're going to get. What you're going to get is a genuine, authentic, personable adventurer that takes us along with her. And I've met her 2 or 3 times. We share the same mail forwarding service in Pahrump, and I've run into her a few times there, and I have no doubt she does not remember me, because she's got a huge fan base, and she's constantly approached in public, because she wears like this outfit that hair up in a ponytail, like a mobile gas station hat, and these American flag glasses. Very recognizable. And I think when she isn't feeling it and she goes into town, she doesn't wear any of that stuff. And I can tell you that she's not nearly as recognizable, because one of the times I saw her at the post office, or not the post office, but the mail service. I was there and I saw a woman struggling to put an enormous box in her car, and she wasn't going to be able to do it. So I ran out there and said, "Let me help you." And we're discussing how to get it in. And I looked at her and I was like, "That's Wonder Hussy." So I didn't even recognize her. And I'm actually actively looking for her when I come to the mail service. And I didn't, because she wasn't wearing any of that stuff. So it just check out her channel. It's really a lot of fun. So there's going to be a video today on that, and I'm going to ask her. I don't know if I get to talk to her, because what I heard from past times, she sits at a table at the gathering and there's a huge line, and I'm probably not going to want to stand in line. But I'm hoping maybe it's a little shorter line for Wandering Gypsy. I just started watching her, and give you an idea how great she is on YouTube. I heard her say a couple days ago that she's had a channel for 3 years, and she's got 50,000 subscribers. I've had a channel for 3 years, and I have 6,000 subscribers. So she's almost 10 times my size in the same period of time. She knows what she's doing. And I started watching her recently, and she's really got she's got some lighthearted videos, and then she's got some real raw, personal, authentic, almost heartbreaking content. And it just, she's a unique person, and a pretty talented YouTuber. She's got this thing, you'll notice, that she'll be talking to the camera, and then every once in a while she'll give the camera direct content with a half little smile, and it's just so charismatic. Really, it is. So if you watch for that move she does, and it could be deliberate. I doubt it, though. I think it's a genuine gesture that she naturally does. It seems very authentic to me. So anyway, next one is Jane Smith on the extra video says, I really like Penguin 6. And that's who it was, the YouTuber that does riding around DC that I talked about, Penguin 6, Penguin 6. He really shows you DC and stays neutral politically. Yeah, he doesn't talk politics, but he shows you what's going on. Randy, on the quartzsite to Mexico day trip video. Thank you, Rod. This is on my to-do list and while I'm in quartzsite. I got my passport last year to go. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the trip. So this year, it's a must. I really enjoyed your videos from last year when you went. Made me a bit less nervous about going. And then Randy on the pets video says, I just adore Dottie. Such a sweet little soul. There she is. There, sleeping. I always brought my pets on the road. I just wouldn't enjoy myself worrying about them. I can only bring one this year, and negotiations with my sons have begun. Dusty Travels on the quartzsite Mexico. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the information. However, it was your encouragement for visitors to be kind and recognize the vendor's time is valuable. Perhaps this year I'll have a chance to say hello to Dottie, and that's Ray. RAE, Dusty Travels, BC. And I bet that means British Columbia. VWNZ says, Penguin 6, Andrew Leyland is great. You can message him asking him to investigate something in DC, and he does it, and he loves food. He sure does, I guess. He really knew how to find boy, that was a good looking sub he had. And that's it for today. And again, I always appreciate you watching this stuff. I continue to be amazed that so many people watch my videos. I just can't. It's mind-blowing to think about, like, Wandering Gypsy having 50,000 people watching. Holy crap. How do you do that? But this is I'm happy and satisfied with this. And it's a lot of fun for me, and I appreciate you. Thank you.